Coming to you from the studio with 8 times as many scooters as people. Live every Tuesday night, it's ESG Live with Chuck and Raymir. Tonight, the Great Scooter Debate featuring PEV All-Stars, Adam Maliki from Wrong Way, AJ Hart from Voro Motors, and Carter Nordium from Nordium. Also, Halloween Havoc, industry news, and more. And now, your host, Chuck Temple!
All right, how's it going, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. It's a crazy time over here in the United States for everybody. It's election day. And so we thought we'd do something really fun over here at ESG and have the Great Scooter Debate. So tonight is the Great Scooter Debate 2020. Watch us before you watch the election results because they're not going to be done for a long time. So you got time. So we appreciate everybody already tuning in. It's awesome to see everybody. You're going to see some of your favorite people tonight in the debate. So we have, there's a lot of people in this. So besides myself, Paul, and Raymir from ESG, we also have AJ from Voro Motors, Carter Nordium, who's always in those comments, and you should check out his website. And then we also have a special guest coming in from Europe, which is Adam Maliki of Wrong Way. And we're all debating different subjects. We're going to cover disc versus drum brakes. We're going to cover throttle styles, twist, thumb, and finger. And then we're also going to go into tires, pneumatic versus solid. So you may have a favorite. We're going to talk about all of them. We've got our talking points. We're the talking heads here tonight. I hope you enjoy this. Share this with your friends. Give us a thumbs up right away if you're watching. We worked hard on this episode up until the last second here tonight, and so I hope everything goes well. This is episode 59 of ESG Live. You can catch us every Tuesday at 5 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time. Rain or shine. It's getting dark early now, so it's gonna look nice hopefully in the background. If you're on Facebook, make sure to hit up the ESG Facebook group managed by our very own David Vosk. There's a bunch of stuff on there, including a Facebook giveaway that happens every single week. This week it's being sponsored by Apollo Scooters. So we're going to have the Facebook giveaway at the end of the show, but that you can do every Monday. Also on Facebook, we've got Photo Friday. Results are coming up. We've got Mod Saturday, and we've got Scooter Ride Sunday. This Sunday, which we're going to get into again real soon here, we're calling Halloween Havoc because it's all Halloween costumes on scooters. We saw a little preview of this last year, but this year they were out of this world. I'm talking about like legit costumes here. This is not any like pieced together from, the bargain bin type of costumes. These are like real deal costumes. And we have a really awesome, surprising winner for the Photo Friday for you. So also, real quick, there's going to be a big announcement at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. All right, so let's kick off the show with the ESG's Photo Friday. All right, honorable mention this week goes out to Brian Pargan on his Wolf Warrior in Cebu, Philippines. Brian says, quote, "Thank you, sir, and to the other admins of this group. There's only one there's other admins, but David does all the work. He says, I really appreciate it, and my photo got noticed, and to all members of this group, you all have fun and ride safe." And he gives this one and a happy face also. Okay, runner-up this week. There's actually 3 runners-up this week. First up, Carlos Guevara with his 011X. And Carlos says, thanks for all the love with a couple punches, a couple fist bumps, and sunglass face and everything. So really cool photo. Keep them coming. Also runner-up this week is Kenny San. on his Buzz Raw SL in the Philippines. Really cool looking device there. And he says, quote, "Thanks everyone for the support. More power ESG." Thank you. The final runner-up, Aiden Matthew Mendoza on another Wolf Warrior and also in the Philippines. I don't understand. Maybe they only sell Wolf Warriors in the Philippines, or maybe Kaabo has a dominant market share. I always see Wolf Warriors in those Philippine videos. Anyway, very cool. And the winner this week is our very own Trina McManus on her 08 in Concord, California. And Trina says, "Oh, damn. Appreciate all the love in the scooter community. Thank you and keep riding safe." Trina, awesome costume. Love the photo and legitimately #1. So very, very cool. All right. And now a commercial break sponsored by us here at ESG. The new and improved Electric Scooter Guide website now includes an updated database which adds water resistance ratings and scooter dimensions, all sortable and filterable and available in metric and imperial. Updated performance data of over 40 top electric scooters, including range and acceleration. The results of the world's largest electric scooter survey, showing you the top 13 electric scooters as voted by actual riders. Extensive reviews of over 43 electric scooters. The world's largest collection of updated and exclusive coupon codes to save you some cash. A new group ride finder local to your area. Check it out at electric-scooter.guide.
They're hoping that they catch me riding dirty. Try to catch me riding dirty. Try to catch me riding dirty. Try to catch me riding dirty, 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 dirty. Hey.
Hey, what's up, Ramir?
Nothing much. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm digging this 90-degree angle studio you guys set up here with the scooters in the background.
Yeah, I like
These are all scooters. These are not metal trees. They're this is not fake.
Yeah, scooters.
Yeah.
It's nice. How was your weekend? Halloween weekend. How was your
it was good. You know, I was gonna dress up for Halloween, but then I figured since the only thing I actually do is play pickleball, right? I only really have a wig. I figured the wig might get into my eyes during my pickleball, and I was like, nope, I'm not doing it. Anyway, I played pickleball. Cousin came and his wife over. We hung out, had some fun, we just had some fun, basically.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, how about you? What you been up to?
Okay, I have kids, so my in-laws came over with their kids, about 4 kids.
Yep.
We did like a little like Easter egg hunt, but Halloween candy bag hunt.
Okay.
So the way they set it up, they let the little kids out first, and then the bigger kids went out like 30 seconds later. But these little kids are fast. They're like 3 years, 4 years old. They got all the bags. So they got like all the little kids.
So they hid the candy, and all the little kids got the candy, and then the big kids got nothing?
They didn't get nothing, but they got like 3-4 bags, and all the little kids that's like
I'd be pissed.
Has like 9
I'd be
bags.
pissed when you think you're about to get your drug, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you don't get it. You're like, I would get really mad. Did the kids get really crazy after that?
They were cool.
Really?
Everything was cool. I mean,
wow, well-behaved children over there.
My son was like, "Man, I only got 4 bags." He's like, "Why didn't y'all let us out late?" I'm like, "Hey, talk to your mom. I'm just."
That's a great answer, Ramir.
I don't party.
Just whatever happens, talk to your mom. Talk to your mom, kids. Don't bother me. I'm editing.
Yep, pretty much. All right. So for community content, first we have Mod Saturdays. You guys know how Mod Saturdays work. It's accessory, mods, upgrades. I love Mod Saturdays because I can't do a single mod. So every time I see a mod, it's great. Keep it coming Saturday on our Facebook. So first up, we have a Prince William Ubalde with his 010X. Ooh, he got that on there. He got some
real good.
Some chrome swing arms, carbon fiber stem. You know,
that is the King scooter right there. Doesn't that look like the King scooter? It's like gold plated and everything. That looks nice.
The Royal scooter is clean, Your Highness.
That looks real good. I see some of the best designs on that 010X sometimes. Cool. Okay, next up, we've got Chris Gomez with none other than the Xiaomi M365, one of the most popular scooters in the world. So basically, he's got some accessories on the wheels. Looks like tire shredders for aggressive riding, and you can see the brake adjustment here as well. So it looks like, I don't understand. Is that like, I don't know, is that pegs? Is that to know where the curb is, like on your old car?
That looks
or
like
is it
pegs.
is it just to like rip up the legs of anybody that gets close to you?
Yeah, it's like
it's something. It's gonna shred something.
Scooter.
I think it's kind of like what is that movie, Mad Max?
Yeah,
or whatever,
yeah,
right? Where
exactly
they shoot out the little things, and then they can just shred up the tire. So that'd be really good in like the cannonball race whenever that happens again. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's nice, but dangerous for others.
It is dangerous.
All right, next we have Jonas Hulk Ailey with serious mod to his scooters. Lots of upgrade. He shortened his frame. He has different batteries in there. A whole bunch of. So we got this picture up. Look at that picture. Look at the mods on that thing.
Jonas, that one.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's an interesting. Do we know what kind of scooter that is?
It doesn't say.
It's So this is one of those, like, what it looks like to me is kind of one of the older scooters from Okai that actually is like either an Uber scoot or there's like a bunch of names because they were kind of around a while ago. That design, with the giant handle for folding and everything, it kind of, I have a feeling it's one of those style. But hey, a lot of people still have them. They're still going.
Yeah, I like the Army Fatigue too. The Army Fatigue deck is nice.
All right. Last up is Nivlea. On the Dualtron Thunder. Mods were done by Cosmo Designs, including a 72-volt upgrade, carbon fiber stem, LED deck, and mudguard, and of course you can see the tow bar in there. I mean, look at those lights. It's you're not going to miss that scooter. You can get right off the back of that thing. That looks pretty fun.
Cool, pretty neat. Looks like a Mario Kart type of scooter. Like you just got the star and it's.
Well, that stem, what did they do? I guess it's a carbon fiber stem, but like I bet that takes care of that Dualtron stem wobble. It's like super reinforced on that stem.
We need the video next. Send us the video.
Yeah,
next.
It looks real good.
We need to see how that thing rides.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have a real special. So that was Mod Saturday, but for Sunday, we normally do Scooter Ride Sunday, but this Sunday it is Halloween Havoc, and we had all kinds of different costumes for Halloween. So we're going to share some of these group rides. So the first one is a video by XDreekX, which is on Reddit and YouTube, if you want to check that out, and Matthew Lynn on Facebook. It's a group ride in Chicago, and this really shows what is so awesome about riding PEVs in the city. Take it away. All right. So, pretty cool over there. Next up, Ramir.
Okay, next up, it's a video by Gabe Golfin on Facebook and YouTube, LA Skate. It's a Halloween ride. It's a well-produced video. Got some music in it. Let's check that out.
All right, let's check this out.
I got it. Okay. Nice music.
Rolling down Imperial Highway, the big nasty red at my side. Santa Ana winds blowing hot from the north. We were born to ride.
Yeah.
Pull down the window, put down the top, crank up the Beach Boys, baby. Don't let the music stop.
That's cool. We'll just have to
ride it till we just can't ride it no more.
Nice. Look at that. Let me open my computer, see if anybody's seeing it. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty nice. I like that. Keep these coming, because that's one thing we love here at Electric Scooter Guide is these mod Saturdays and these scooter ride Sundays. We have 2 more videos. I'm gonna get Chuck back in here. Let me just go to the next video. All right, next video is from Calvin Chung on Facebook of CVC Tiger on YouTube, and it's a pre-ride on our way to Bay Eastgate, and that's out here. Here goes a clip. They have so much fist pumping music every single week. So just hope pure Jersey. Yeah, we got to get out there. Like I told Paul, because Paul lives over there on that side, we have to get out there. ESG team will be there in the next month or sometime Q1 January. We have to get to the skate group. We have to connect with everybody. We want to let everyone know that we're part of the community, and we're also thinking about starting one from the East Bay. Okay. Last but not least,
I'm coming back.
Chuck is back.
You know how to use a bathroom. Sometimes, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
You gotta go.
Boom.
You gotta go.
You gotta go when you gotta go. All right. What's the last one?
The last one is Christopher Tozzi on Facebook, The Electric Life on YouTube. Also from the same group.
Oh, this is like the best one.
Let's check it out.
It's my favorite.
Let's check.
Christopher Tozzi, and he actually submits a lot. Actually,
yeah, he won last week.
So good on him. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is, the music, what is this from, Halloween?
Yeah, probably Michael Myers, right?
Think so.
Jamie Lee Curtis, let's get
it. Yeah. Sweet.
Chuck, next year we need to get you out there on a costume. What are you going to be next year, Chuck? We're going to say it here first, we'll put Chuck on the spot. He's going to wear a costume with a scooter. And we're gonna do it.
Let the audience decide. I'm not really creative, to be honest. I'm not that guy. I'm just, I'm kind of shy, actually.
Really?
But for real. That's why the first 20 shows I had to drink 14 beers and take a couple ashwaganas before every one. Just kidding.
He's not
really
about
kidding.
The 14.
Yeah. All right.
That's it.
Yeah.
So that's it. So
yeah. Really cool deals there. All right. Okay, so we also have we did a quick poll in the Facebook group, which got the most responses we've ever got before, ever. And basically, we asked, what kind of safety equipment do you ride, right? Because, it's all about safety equipment. So we can pull the slide up. I'm going to pull it up on my computer so I can also see. But really, the most amount of people, in terms of one single piece of equipment, they're taking those full face helmets. The people in our group love full face helmets. You can see regular helmets and all these other things too. Even regular helmets, 7%. Hopefully it's 100% of people wearing helmets in general. But you got a lot of people are wearing those full face helmets. And then of course, gloves, knee pads, headlights, right? So it's a really nice, and actually what's really cool is I believe almost 1,000 people responded. 988 people responded to that poll, which is we only have 9,000 people in the group, and we got almost 1,000 people.
Nice.
People are actually. People love safety. I don't know. It's such a big concern, but also, it's
Yeah, we see 1.8. There's nothing.
What's 1.8? Oh, nothing?
Yeah.
Oh, who wrote that?
Whoever put that, you guys.
Well, there's probably 1.8 times 988 people. That's a lot of people. What is that? It's like 18 people or something.
18 people are wild.
Come on, these 18 people. All right. So, we're going to talk about the next scooters to review next. So the next scooters that we are reviewing, looks like the Mantis 8 single motor edition will be up next, which is going to be I've been riding it. It's quite interesting. It's like a mini Mantis, which is kind of cool. Then we're going to have the Fido. I think it's not Fido, it's Fido, as we heard from Voro Motors. It's the Fido. That is like my new favorite thing to ride. I tell you, maybe it's because I've been riding on my feet and, I want to be lazy. Have you ridden it?
Not yet.
Okay. I'm looking forward to you riding that thing and seeing what you think. Then we're going to have the Mantis 8 dual motor edition. We're going to have the Highboy S2 and S2 Max. Sorry, S2 and Highboy Max. The Quick 4, the Inokim Quick 4. I'm hearing rumors that it's going to be here in the next few weeks. I don't know that it's shipped out yet, but we'll see. But
Keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one. And then actually, I've been getting emails, which I don't normally respond to, but I had an extra like 2 seconds the other day. Someone asked, "Hey, when are you going to get that Inokim OXO or OXO, whatever?" I think it's actually OX. It looks like that is actually also coming in the next few weeks. So I'm pretty excited to ride because the Ox was one of my favorites in terms of build quality. It's Vienna's favorite scooter if she didn't have to lift it, of course. So the OXO is just like the dual motor edition of that, which Inokim's got some good stuff on there. All right, and now it's time for the deal of the week. All right. Deal of the week this week. The sponsor of the deal of the week this week is Fluid Freeride. They've got $150 off the scooter that we are going to be reviewing here in the next week or so, and that's the Mantis 8. It is $150 off. You can use ESG code electric-scooter.guide for Mantis and get $150 off. Please use that code if you're going to buy that scooter. It really helps us out. And there is free shipping in the United States included in that $150 off. So use the coupon code. You can find this deal in the video description. And so, yeah, definitely check that out. All right. You're waiting for it. We're about to deliver. Next up is the great scooter debate of 2020.
Hello, this is Trina from ESG, and tonight is our Great Scooter Debate 2020.
All right, everybody. So we're here with a great scooter debate. We have Paul to my right.
Hey,
we have Ramir to my left.
Hey, Paul.
And so we're going to be debating, as I mentioned, 3 different things. One thing I do want to mention is we have a special little thing for everybody that's watching. So we want you to submit to the poll whenever there's a, depending on what we're talking about. The first thing we're going to talk about is twist throttle versus thumb throttle versus trigger throttle, right? And what you can do while we're talking is look at that ticker bar at the bottom of the screen or go to the video description if you just want to be able to click that link. Basically, you can vote for your favorite candidate of these trigger throttles right now. So go online, do it. Paul will be doing the trigger.
No.
Oh,
Twist.
the twist. I'll be doing the thumb and Ramir trigger. And so, without further ado, let's get it started. First up will be Ramir Jones for trigger throttle. Take it away, Ramir.
Okay. Well, we had a bumper with Trina, but it's okay. All right.
Oh, we got
we have it on.
Look at this. Somebody voted.
Richie, switch it over to the other side so people can see the number. There we go. We have it on screen now. That's the information. Go put your votes in. I'm here to talk about trigger throttles. I have a simple argument. Simple. I think it's going to beat all you guys because it's what matters most. It's not only the classic, it's traditional, but I think with a trigger throttle, that's how you get the most performance out your scooter. You cannot, the way it's made, how you can really smash down on it, you can go the fastest with a trigger throttle. And when you have the thumb throttle and the twist, you got to kind of slow down sometimes. Like
I'm going to be writing notes while you're talking about this like a real candidate.
You can even yell. We can even go back and forth on this. I don't care because I'm 100. Like
why does the No,
We're not muted?
No, we're not muted.
Like the president.
He
Sorry,
said
what?
We're not muted.
I say like the president. You
No.
know,
No. We're
they're
gonna
gonna cut you off.
tons of interrupting here. Tons of interrupting. So what makes the trigger throttle go faster?
The way it's made. So
Okay.
where it's
Okay.
positioned at on the scooter, they put it right there for a reason. Because you can press it down and you can really press it down, and then you can let it go, and the breaker's right there. but you can really press it down. So when you're going over a bump or going off the curb, you can still press it, or you can lightly press it. As if you're on a thumb throttle, you gotta sometimes let it go to get your positioning right. And maybe you have the thumb throttle that goes under the handlebar, so it's kind of at a weird angle.
Okay.
You kind of have to push it, but you can't go as fast because you can't push it, because you can't go full performance because you might have to hit the brake at any moment. Okay. And then with the twist throttle, I'm not a fan of the twist throttle. Like, it's cool. It's cool if you're sitting down, like for the Fido and things like that. If you got a seat and you're sitting down, I think it's perfect. But when you're riding a scooter, it's somewhat, you have to get used to it. And when you get used to it, it kind of takes you. Like when we were doing our filming, we had a twist throttle. We were trying to go up over a bump, but we went over the bump. It kind of made our arm jiggle a little bit and accelerated. Like I didn't mean to accelerate it. I almost died.
On which one? Which one? On the
twist,
thumb. On the twist.
Yeah, the twist.
On the touring. That's
yeah, maybe it was that scooter.
It's a little touchy.
Yeah,
all right.
So yeah, I think that's pretty much my argument. Performance, you got to get the trigger throttle, fingers all the way. Boom.
Thank you, Ramir. Thank you, Ramir. Well done, well done. Richie, what does the poll say at this moment?
Thumb throttle, 46%. Trigger throttle, 46%.
Thumb and trigger are both tied right
46.
now. Let me see if I can fix that up a little bit here. All right.
Let's go.
So Chuck is up next, I believe. Yes, I'm up next with the thumb throttle, the one that you all know that you love, the one that I've been talking about for years. So if you just don't, just believe me. But actually, I'll give you some facts right now. Okay. First of all, we know that not all thumb throttles are created equal. And I am not talking about this type of thumb throttle that comes in a, like you press it and it's in a horizontal fashion. I've not actually seen that work. What I'm talking about are the thumb throttles that are actually on the lower end scooters, because those companies actually sell the most and they spend the most money on research and development. Not like some of these bigger scooters, honestly, that use the same trigger on every single one. And you want to know why I first said that I didn't like the trigger throttle? It's because when I'm on these range tests, all right, when you're on a 5+ mile ride, right? And I've done quite a few, and Richie and now Paul. Let me tell you something. There's such thing, I'll call it trigger throttle fatigue. TTF. TTF, all right? So, and you can see the thumb is about to go up right now. And y'all know what I'm talking about. When you ride for a long time, okay, and I love the big scooters, okay? But when you're gripping for dear life and you're getting pulled back because you got so much power, right? And now, instead of having all 4 fingers like you have on a thumb, okay, if you have all 4 with your thumb, you push it down with thumb, you have now 4 fingers to grip that darn handlebar for dear life as you're getting like launched forward on some of these fast scooters. If you have your forefinger on the trigger, this is like one of your probably strongest. I'd say these 2 are your strongest fingers, right? They're definitely stronger than your pinky. Why would you use your pinky and these 3 fingers to hold on as the scooter is lurching forward? It just doesn't make sense, right? For me, that leads to a massive amount of cramp in my hands. It's why I've been calling for thumb throttles forever. I do think the industry needs to, go to vertical fashion for that and make it a little more ergonomic. Like some of the best are going to be Inokim. Inokim is known for how comfortable their ride is, and guess what they use? Thumb throttles all the way. So that's what I got.
I hear you, Chuck.
But Chuck has pulled into the lead.
And I pulled into the lead.
He's outside the statistical margin of error here too. I think if this were the end of the show, I think we could call it at this point. But
let's get Paul in. So third up is Paul. Paul is going for twist throttle. All right, take it away, Paul.
I just thought of a campaign slogan that actually you and I could both use. So we were talking about TTF twist trigger. No. Trigger TFF.
Trigger
finger fatigue.
Trigger finger.
TFF. So you can say,
trigger.
so it could be like, say TTFN to TFF. Ta-ta for now.
Ta-ta for now. Yeah, gone with trigger fatigue. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. So as a former motorcycle racer, I think twist throttle is the obvious choice. Twist is it, where I'm coming from.
You got a lot of work to do.
I've got a long way to go here. I'm at 7%. You got to help me out, people. Come on. So hand fatigue. I mean, I'm there with you. That's the first thing on my list. Chuck mentioned it. Definitely the twist throttle is for long rides. It feels the best. You don't get your fingers not falling off. You're not kind of holding your thumb in a funny position. Modulation. And so when you're cracking that throttle, especially on the more powerful scooters, I always feel like I can really modulate the throttle just, it's more smoothly, coming out of corners or just getting on the throttle when you're getting ready to go. Twist is where it's at for that. Bump resistance. So resisting bump throttle. This is something that's real. When I was riding the eMove touring, when we had the bump, the thumb throttle. See, I called it a bump throttle. The thumb throttle on it. What I found was you'd have your thumb kind of sticking out here, and you would, if you hit a bump, your thumb is just kind of straight into your arm, and it would actually throttle up for you, and then it would move away because you throttled up, and then you'd end up in this weird oscillator. So I'm going completely improv.
That's the best way to do it.
That's the best way to go. Only way to go at ESG.
And hand size actually is another one. I think anybody, the grips are not terribly large on a twist throttle. I think people with any size hands can use a twist throttle. And 10%, come on, we can do better. Vote for me.
I think people. So let me know when you're done.
I'm not even.
Okay.
I'm not
you got
even,
more.
I'm just getting started.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
And so the biggest one, so trigger interference. I'm going to introduce a new term here, and Richie can help me out with a graphic, and that's when you're transitioning in an emergency stop. I cheated. So when you're transitioning in an emergency stop, you have to get your finger off the trigger and around the trigger before you reach.
See that again.
Before you reach the brake lever.
But you're right there, though.
See that?
You're right there.
Yeah, but you got to go around.
That's at least a quarter second that you could be crashing.
And so even at 15 miles an hour, which all scooters can go 15, that's 22 feet per second. At 15 miles per hour, every tenth of a second is 2.2 feet.
Ooh.
And so, those last 2/10 of a second that you're losing right there, that's that last 4 feet that might be the difference between being, 4 feet into somebody's bumper or not. And so, twist throttle all the way there. So, and I got another slogan. I forgot I could have worked this in earlier when I was talking about the thumb throttle, which is thumb throttle, thumbs down.
Okay, that's pretty good.
And finally, if we have time, I just wanted to work in the. There is an interesting twist throttle that we just encountered. I don't know if we got it in here. On the Fido, which we mentioned earlier, it's got like a half the grip twist and a half the grip stays still. And what I liked about this is two things. One is it's kind of a cruise control. You just, once you're there, you just grip it, and the grip kind of holds it. Your wrist isn't even holding it. And then the other one is sort of damage-wise. If you drop the thing, it's not actually hitting on the throttle. It's hitting on the rubber grip, and everything is good. So anyway, in summary, all throttles are pretty good, but there is a reason that virtually all motorcycles in the whole world use a twist throttle, because twist throttles are the best, and you should vote for me. And come on, 12%, we can do better.
Okay.
No.
Can we open this up for questions to each other?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, just a couple minutes for questions. I think we're trying to do 10 minutes per question here because we got 2 more big segments. Hey, everybody, share this with your friends. If you like what's going on here, give us a thumbs up. Share this with your friends. We're trying new stuff all the time here at ESG. So my question for Paul is, when I use the twist throttle, now I like the twist, and don't get me wrong, we kind of have, I like the twist throttle. However, I find myself getting stuck with under wrist fatigue. UWF. I think there was an old wrestling promotion. Back in the Appalachians, I think, in the 80s. Anyway, under wrist fatigue, meaning that what happens when I ride a scooter with the twist throttle, right, which I like, my wrist keeps getting under, and I find myself riding like this, and then I have to let off and then reset myself.
Yes.
And I think that's one of the reasons why, if you have a thumb throttle, you don't get your wrist falling out of position, right?
Yep.
You keep your thumb, you get your nice grip on the handlebars, and you get your thumb down. So what is the response to wrist fatigue syndrome?
Chuck, I'm glad you asked.
Okay.
Now, really, it's just I think what it is when you're not used to using, and this is actually really it's actually a great question. When you're not used to using a twist throttle, you tend to grab in sort of your natural riding position and then twist from there, and then you find yourself going down the road with your wrist in a really unnatural position. Once you get a little used to it, then you just naturally sort of choke up on it a little bit, and then maybe rotate the inside of your hand a little bit. And then you end up, maintaining your throttle with your.
But do you
wrist
ever
fairly flat.
find yourself slip, like as you're riding, with it? Because you know how we ride, full throttle all the time, right? Do you ever find yourself? I know it's grippy,
Lies.
but doesn't it kind of slip a little bit? Either that you don't grip it all the way tight, so it actually rotates back, or you are gripping it tight. And you just, you're a little, got a little moisture or whatever, and you find yourself slipping. And then after about, half a mile or so, you got to just continuously re-grip. It's like a tennis racket.
I always ride in gloves, and so maybe I don't get that problem because of that. But I think I do have that problem from time to time. But for me, it's almost always because I've grabbed it in the riding position and twisted it from further from there.
You know what, guys? See, you guys both made my point.
Yes. What's the point?
None of your conversations, when what you just asked him, you don't get full performance when you have these other throttles. If you really want to ride the scooter for what it's meant for, you need a trigger throttle. So you can, I'll just watch him push that down. You can't really go all the way. Like you said, you might slip, hand might get moist. And the same thing with thumb throttles. You can't really push it all the way down unless it goes all the way up and over. But you have to stretch your
I think the problem is that the good ones that are thumb throttle are actually for their lighter scooters, for the lighter riders, and because you can push them all the way down.
Even
maybe the Ox, do you remember the Ox?
Oh, we got Yaniv.
Yeah, I saw that too. I didn't want to say anything.
$10.
Come on, Yaniv. Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me?
Thank you.
What are we at, Richie? What's the score right now?
So thumb throttle and trigger throttle tied at 43.
43. So let me say.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So
how does trigger even have more than 15% here?
You just mentioned the
This
scooter.
is ridiculous.
The Enocam, right?
Trigger's got a big base.
It has a thumb throttle on the Enocam, right?
People have already made up their minds about this election.
They have it. But yeah, even with the Enocam, it's a slow start. You have to slowly start, and it slowly stops because of the throttle it has.
It's not because of the throttle. Enocam has a controller that makes it so that you cannot start fast. And I told Nimrod to try to get a couple speeds up.
Come on, let me get. All right,
fact check this man. Fake news.
It's because of the.
All right. Any other questions?
I think I won, so I think it's.
I don't think you won. I think it's a tie.
No.
What?
Nordium.
Wait, what? Somebody change your vote. Okay, anyway. All right, it looks like... Oh, wait.
43 just got another one.
Oh, dang it. We better cut this before Ramir wins even more. Yeah,
Nordium.
Nordium. The public opinion of the people cannot be purchased. Vote thumb. And $10. So...
He just purchased... he just did exactly... Never mind.
Oh, we got another one. David Voss, $9.99. Trigger throttle in Ramir's honor.
We all know the Voss, man. That's the scooter aficionado right there.
This is ridiculous.
I'm running away with it.
All right.
Let's get the next.
I think Ramir wins with trigger throttle. All right.
I concede.
Applause. Well done, Ramir. Well done. Okay. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Ramir. It's a pleasure having you guys share this debate stage.
Great to be here.
No problem.
All right. Next up on the debate is a special one, and take it away. Let's see what this next one is about.
And next, tires. Air-filled or solid?
Okay. Air-filled versus solid tires. So while Richie resets everything, I'm going to talk a little bit about that. So we have a really fun debate. This debate is going to be between myself and Adam Maliki of Wrong Way. You know him. So check out his show on the YouTube. He's on Facebook. He's everywhere. We'll make sure we get a link in the video description if it's not already there. It is already there. Awesome. So check out his stuff. He pre-recorded a message for everybody. He took the side of pneumatic tires, which left me to defend solid. I hope y'all vote. I have a feeling I know how this one's gonna go down. But if we're ready, we're gonna play Adam's position first, and let's go for it.
Hi, and welcome to the Electric Scooter Guide Debate. And it's me, Adam from Wrong Way. Huge thanks for having me here, Chuck. Thanks for the invite. I'm glad to join you in on the debate. And I was asked to tell you guys my opinion about which tire sort is better, the pneumatic tire or the full tire. And spoilers, this. Yeah. So why do I like pneumatic tires more than solid tires? Number one, they're really comfortable, and I will also show you with the help of a hammer, because you know that's a tool everyone needs at home, through my probably not really scientific tests, how vibration is. Hi, and welcome to the Electric Scooter Guide Debate. And it's me, Adam from, you know, that's a tool everyone needs at home, through my probably not really scientific tests, how vibration is transferred in a scooter from the ground to your stem and, you know, your legs and basically all of the comfort. So if I hit really hard against this tire, this is a solid tire, pretty much the whole floor vibrates, and the same thing happens when you are riding the scooter on, I don't know, some cobblestone or a brick road. It's really bad or not comfortable to ride such a scooter, especially with harsh suspension. On this kind of surface, you pretty much feel every crack on the road. As opposed to this scooter, there's pretty much no bass. Oh wait, I have to turn off the heater. The vibrations are really well absorbed by the air in the tire, and also the tire has a lot of room to go a bit closer to the rim and make the sort of the suspension or comfort better on your scooter. Second thing I like more about the pneumatic tire is that it has way more grip, especially in harder conditions than the solid tire. So I had several instances on a Kugo, no wait, not a Kugo, on a E12, which has solid tires, where I just had a really long braking distance, whereas with a pneumatic tire I would have a shorter one. And also on a Speedway Mini 4 Pro, And on a Speedway Mini 4 Pro, I pretty much fell out of a turn because the rear tire, which is solid in the Speedway Mini 4 Pro, just, you know, drifted away. So I can also show it to you very scientifically, not with the help of a hammer, but with the help of these two Hero scooters. So now by the way, this scooter is pretty much discharged. I'll just turn up the throttle here a little, and even the smallest bit of throttle makes the tire spin. And probably I'll have tire marks in my floor. Anyways, and if I make the same thing on this scooter, yeah, it really takes a lot more power to lose grip on the pneumatic tire. It smells bad now. Well, so the second thing, once again, grip. And especially when it's wet, you don't want to be riding on a scooter that has full tires. You don't ever want to do that. You have to drive really carefully, really slowly. Both the front tire and the rear tire can lose grip at pretty much any point of your ride. So yeah, be careful of that. Third thing is that pneumatic tires are also cheaper to replace and more commonly available. And for example, on a Speedway Mini 4 Pro, it's pretty expensive to just buy a new tire, like the rear tire, and the tires also wear off really badly. So this is actually the fourth thing, the wear of the tire. When you brake on such a scooter and, you know, just mash the brakes, well, it will just brake really quickly, and most of the time the thread will just stay the same. When you do an emergency brake, like emergency brake on an E12 GT with the rear brake, your tire will become oval. Like seriously, it's enough to brake once from 40 kilometers an hour or 20 something miles an hour to 0 on the rear brake, leave a huge tire mark behind you, and this is enough to make the tire flat on one spot, and that's, you know, you will lose a lot of comfort because of that. It will just go all the time when you're riding. So this is one thing, emergency braking, and the second thing is that the thread also wears off really quickly. So a friend of mine on a 9-bot ES2 has actually no thread after like 400, 500 kilometers, 200, 300 miles, because these tires just wear off, and they wear off more quickly than pneumatic tires. And so these are the things I like. So that is why I like pneumatic tires more than solid tires. And I hear you ask, but man, you can get a flat with a pneumatic tire. And I say to that, well, during the lifetime of the channel Wrong Way, I had one single flat on a scooter, just on a Dualtron Thunder, and it was a huge nail. So you could say it was, you know, nail polish, because nail and I'm Polish. So hopefully I'll leave this in. So I rode for around, you know, 10,000 miles on electric devices, or maybe even 15, I don't know, I don't really count it anymore. But on my electric unicycles, on my scooters, I just got one puncture. So if you ride through a junkyard, maybe that's when you need a solid tire, but other than that, I would stick to the solid tire. So thanks for having me here, Chuck. I hope my video here was somewhat helpful, and once again, thanks for having me. See you soon.
Okay. Thank you very much, Adam, for taking the position. I can see that you are in the lead, but I want to say one thing, and that is Wrong Way is wrong. So here's the deal, all right? Here's the deal. If you have pneumatic tires, right, we all know this is the real deal. All right. It is a trade-off. Okay. Pneumatic, you know, you're going to have better performance, safety, and comfort. However, right, the trade-off is the maintenance issues with pneumatic tires. Now, and I think what I'm going to talk about is, and this is how I'm going to convince you that solid tires may be the right choice for you, or maybe better than pneumatic in some cases. What I'm going to say is that actually in most cases, solid tires are better. I'm not saying that solid tires are going to have better performance. They're not. They're not going to have better comfort. Nope. And they're not going to have better safety. Not at all, right? But I'm going to say for 90% of riders out there in the world, solid tires are actually a better choice for you. And here's the reason, okay? Tire changes. They're horrible. When you look up tires, replacement tires on Amazon, or probably any major website out there for the top scooters in the world, and we have a picture up right now, right? I just literally typed this in a few minutes ago. You can do the same thing anytime. The people have spoken, and they want to replace their tires with solid tires. They all do it. Why do they do it? Because changing a tire, what I've heard is that besides, you know, having a perianal abscess and childbirth, changing a scooter tire is the most painful thing ever in the world. People literally sell their Xiaomi M365s because they cannot figure out how to change a tire. So if you have a scooter and you spend hundreds of dollars on a scooter, and you don't have a place to change your tire, which probably 5% of people out there don't have a place to change their tire, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You can try to like add slime after the fact because you forgot to put it in early, right? Are you going to do that? You're going to have this thing sitting around while you spend 2 weeks trying to like buy all the tools that you need for it on Amazon, when you could have just, you know, bought a solid tire scooter to begin with. So that is the biggest problem. It's such a problem that Xiaomi, 9bot, right? They kind of similar company, right? One bought the other, partial of the other, whatever it is. When the 9bot Max came out, they had such a big issue with those those tires having issues and people not being able to fix them, they actually went with tubeless pneumatic pre-slimed. It was like the very first pre-slimed scooter on the personal market, or one of the first two ever out there. Okay, they went through all that trouble because they probably got so many complaints from people literally that could not fix their tire, and they were just buying new scooters. You also don't need to carry slime, pump, new tire, inner tubes, all that stuff with you in your bag. So there's like less to carry. So yes, I mean, the upsides are there with pneumatic, but with 90% of riders, I'm going to say that here's the deal, right? Your three benefits: performance, safety, comfort, right? Let's talk about performance. When are you actually getting that performance? I owned a E2W scooter for 3 years before I ever started the electric scooter guide stuff. Okay. That's a solid tire scooter. It's dual solid tire scooter. Did I didn't really know that much about, whatever. That was one I had. But really, when I ride a solid versus a pneumatic, unless I'm taking corners sharply, I'm okay on corners. I'm totally okay. I don't actually feel a difference in performance unless I'm taking the sharpest turn. And that's why I say, for 90% of you out there, solid tires, I think you'll be okay with performance. For comfort, okay, I get it, right? Pneumatic tires, they're gonna form fit to the road. They're gonna deform. They're gonna give you a little extra cushion for the road pushing, right? So what the deal is, though, right? If you're on an above average to good road, anything above average, right, to good road, you're not going to feel that many bumps as long as your solid tire scooter has suspension on it. So if you're on a solid tire scooter and you don't have suspension, you need to get a new scooter. The case is closed on that, okay? But if you have suspension, such as the E2W series of scooters has, I rode in here on it today, just now, it actually does fine, right? You don't want to go more than maybe 10 miles, right, at a time. But for average, a little above average to good roads, I don't think you're going to notice that much difference. And the deal is that the benefits are going to outweigh you getting that flat tire. The final benefit of pneumatic: safety. Okay, it's safer, right? If you're on a slippery surface like a manhole cover or one of those like rubber, sidewalk thingies, right? And you're taking and you're turning on that, you're gonna get more traction. Or if you're on really topographic terrain where you got the worst roads, right? And you're cornering. Okay, you will slide out a little bit less. But the thing is, I rode a solid tire scooter for 3 years. You just don't take those things at like sharp. You don't go fast and take corners like super sharp. Not a big deal. You just kind of deal with it because you don't want to change that darn tire. Now, okay, if it's raining, you do have a little bit of an issue. You kind of just need to go straight. And then turn really slowly if you're on that solid tire scooter. Don't be trying to like take any turn at any speed if it's raining hard. Okay, so don't do that. But in decent weather, on decent roads, unless you're like a real thrill-seeking scooter rider, I don't have a problem with solid tire scooters, and neither should you. That's my position. I'm sticking to it. I hope that I got some people to vote for me. What's the final number here? So I went up a couple percent, or did I go down? No, you went up. Oh, I went up. All right. So I believe that the winner here is Adam Maliki of Wrong Way. Adam, thank you so much for contributing to this to the show here today. You've been great. So next up in the Great Scooter Debate, we have the biggest one, the real interesting one. And I'd love to weigh in on this, but we've got two special guest competitors for you guys. And it's going to be disc versus drum. I think we have, let's get this thing started. Let's do this.
Disc or drum?
All right, disc versus drum. So we're giving a call to, so we've got two people for you. We've got AJ from Voro Motors coming on. We also have Carter Nordium of Nordium Battery Store. So we're going to have them on. Are we ready for them? They on? I think one is on. We're waiting for the second one. So I don't know if you guys know. I'm gonna probably have to weigh in on this because I used to be all about disc, but I think I may have changed my tune a little bit. But I believe they're both on. Welcome Carter and welcome AJ.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey, everybody. I'm happy to be here.
All right. You guys sound great. This is fantastic. All right. So first up is going to be AJ Hart of Voro Motors fame. And he is taking the position for disc brakes. And I guess Paul will be a backup for AJ with any subpoints, and I'll be the backup for Carter Nordium. But go ahead, AJ, and take it away.
So I think the disc brakes are kind of going to be the best option because there's a reason that they're kind of the best option for most other vehicles that you see out there, right? There's a reason why bikes usually have disc brakes. There's a reason why cars, motorcycles, bigger vehicles also have disc brakes. It's not just a matter of like comfort, it's a matter of control. Disc brakes, because they lock down at just that one singular point when you squeeze the lever, you have a lot of control about when it's actually going to lock up versus when you're just slowing it down. And for a commuter where you're taking this thing up hills, down hills, on turns, you want to have that immediate control to slow your vehicle down without just locking the tire up. And personally, every time I've ridden a drum brake vehicle, it's a lot more touchy because there's just so much more contact when that brake expands, grabbing hold of the wheel. And it's great for stopping power, but it's not great for your general control.
AJ, thank you very much. Any other points before Carter goes?
I think that's kind of the biggest one. The other thing would be that in my experience, it's a little bit easier to adjust and replace your brakes on a drum brake, just because a lot of scooters will have their drum brake right there out on top of the wheel. And so you can just kind of take that off and then deal with the brake.
Do you mean disc? Do you mean disc or do you mean drum?
Disc brake. Sorry, my bad. The disc brakes are easier to replace because they're right there on top.
Okay.
Whereas drum brakes, you have to kind of drop the wheel down. The best experience I have is with the touring, where if you want to replace the drum brakes, you have to drop that whole wheel, disassemble it, and then you can get to those brakes. And the disc brakes are just going to be on top of the wheel on, say, the Cruiser or the Kaabo Mantis or the Fido, all of those other scooters. It's just a little bit easier to get to.
Awesome. Okay, AJ, thank you very much. Carter Nordium, please take it away. You have the position of drum brakes.
All right, great. So I personally think that drum brakes are the most reliable and the best for electric scooters in general. Just because for the fact that disc brakes are commonly used on a lot of like high-end scooters, especially hydraulic disc brakes. So I would say that overall, the quality of the flagship scooters coming out of, mostly China and, other places like that, say like the Wolf Warrior, a lot of high-end scooters and the 010X with the regular disc brakes without the hydraulic ones. I would say that the standard of quality for most of the components is not very top-notch. So I would argue that since a disc brake has a disc and it has pads and other different components, I would say that disc brakes do not have the highest quality of pads and discs typically from these factories of these scooter manufacturers. I've personally rode a lot of disc brakes, a lot of hydraulic disc brakes, and a lot of drum brakes. And I would say that a drum brake has served me the best experience over not having, maintenance, having good stopping power. And with the disc brakes that I've used, they've been, nothing but maintenance, changing brake pads very soon because of low quality brake pads just from the factory in general, and low quality calipers. And yeah, that's my point.
Got it. So just kind of question for you guys. So for you, Carter, if the disc brakes were, say, hydraulic and had better pads, would would that change anything for you?
I'm going to be honest. Yes, it would. My main argument for the drum brake is just the general quality of the components coming out of these scooters, being put on these scooters. So yeah, I would say that a good hydraulic brake, a good hydraulic disc brake, that is, would be better than a drum brake. In that instance, there's a reason why, like how AJ mentioned how cars and stuff use disc brakes and not drum brakes. Drum brakes were used a long time ago. They're ancient technology now. for cars at least, but they're still used on some electric scooters nowadays. But yeah, it just depends on the quality. For cars, you're getting a lot higher quality disc brakes, and on most scooters nowadays, especially flagship scooters, which flagship is a kind of dicey word to use with scooters, depending on how you look at them. Most of them.
Yeah. What brands are you thinking of as like flagship scooters?
Well, just like the normal, like on Facebook, you see people like, oh look, I just got the scooter, like say the 10X with hydraulic disc brakes, or the Kaabo Wolf Warrior with hydraulic disc brakes. Those types of scooters.
Gotcha.
Yeah. AJ, and any questions? Any counterpoints?
No, I think that he kind of touched base on it. I think I'm good actually.
Have either of you guys changed your position based upon what the other person has said? Are you still for disc? I'm sorry, drum.
There's definitely something to be said about like the quality of disc brakes that are being put on some of these scooters versus the drum brakes. I think that you do bring up a really good point about there being a little bit more control. I think there's a reason why a pretty common modification in the community is replacing those disc brakes.
Is that right?
Pads.
What are they replacing it
absolutely.
with, AJ? Do you see people? You
One more time?
You said there a lot of people are replacing the disc brakes with something, and are they replacing it with drum or hydraulic?
No, they'll just be replacing it with hydraulic, or maybe even just a different brake pad or a different brake housing itself.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. I know when I spoke with Nimrod, he was, he kind of had, he went to a dual drum system, I believe, for his most recent. Mainly because of the maintenance issues that he didn't want customers to experience. And so maybe what's going on here, it sounds like what the conclusion seems to be is that if the disc brake quality was better, that sounds like you guys kind of agree that that's better. But right now,
it doesn't sound like too groundbreaking of a concept. Like if things were better, they'd be better.
If things were better with disc brakes, they'd be better. Yeah, gotcha. But for right now, I like it. Thank you guys both for being on the show. I think Paul and I might chat a little bit, in a second. But I appreciate you guys coming on. Right now, let's see where the meters are at, Richie.
See the votes.
Let's see the votes. The current updates are...
Oh, man. Wow.
What do we got? We got... Richie, what are we at?
24% drum brake, 76% disc brake.
76% for disc?
Yeah.
Okay, so right now, the winner right now is a disc brake, which goes out to AJ. But thank you guys both. Really good, really valid points. Appreciate you guys both coming on. Thank you guys.
Absolutely.
Okay, bye-bye.
Vosk in the chat, everybody.
All right, so that's pretty fun. Is there anything you wanted to say about disc versus drum, Paul?
I had a couple things came to mind.
Yeah.
Listening to the discussion just now. One of them is so the idea of changing pads and changing rotors, That's to some people that modability is can be a feature, not a bug, and so. But I do agree about the quality, though. One of the things that bugs me, I love disc brakes. One of the things that bugs me about them is brake fade. Like if you do a bunch of really hard stops over and over and over again, the drum is more consistent. Where the disc, you kind of feel them going away pretty fast. Like they're reaching out for an adjustment, within minutes, and some of it's just maybe temperature. That there's just not enough material there.
Yeah. So for me, I actually kind of became a convert because of this same thing. It's a trade-off for me. And whereas solid versus pneumatic, all right, the trade-off is tough there. However, with disc versus drum, I actually don't think there might be 10 or 20% like stopping distance power. And so that trade-off with the whole not needing to adjust them as much and not needing to replace them as much and having them contained so you don't get junk in there as much. That's my experience. I'm actually, I would take that trade-off and actually personally choose drum myself. But you may be different.
Yeah, I mean, there's also even a performance advantage for where was it going here? So there's one performance advantage drums have, which is that you can modulate it. Like you can get it right up to lockup, and discs they're a little more abrupt when they reach the lockup point.
Okay.
But my counter to that on the disc side is that what good is modulation if you can't get locked up in the first place, if you don't have enough grip? And the strength thing as well. I mean, some people's hands are stronger than others, and it does take a strong hand to get a drum brake to really haul down a scooter. Where discs, especially the hydraulic discs, I feel like you've got a bit more grab, and if your hands aren't quite as strong, disc can be a real advantage there.
Yeah, if the scooter's working well, my favorite, of course, is fully hydraulic disc.
Yeah.
I mean, to ride just daily, and I've got other people that can fix them for me, so it works out well.
Yeah. And on the drum side, in racing motorcycles, race cars, they'll do something called a twin leading shoe drum. So your standard drum is like this. They push out like this, and one shoe is being pulled into this is your brakes on, brakes off. And the wheel's rotating this way, and when your brake's on, this one is pulling itself into the more brake. It's like a power assisted brake almost, where this one is kind of shoving it. He's like you're trying to put the brake on, and the wheel's trying to shove it back off. But they race motorcycles and cars, they'll use a twin leading shoe, and so this edge goes out and this edge goes out, and it's like a power brake. And what it is kind of best of both worlds. It gives you that drum control, but it gives you the bite of more like a disc brake. But
Interesting.
Never seen one on a scooter, but you never know. Maybe someday
somebody
we'll
might
see
do
one.
it. Somebody might do it. Okay. All right. So I think I think the final word on this. Thank you very much, Paul, for coming in. The final word for disc versus drum actually is now quite a bit more even. I think disc still wins, but I can't really.
It's 33 drum, 67 disc.
33 drum, 67 disc. So actually, it's getting close. 64. Yeah. So 64% for disc is actually getting closer and closer to 50-50. I think we've learned something new, and I think that like the industry is changing a little bit as things progress. So let me switch back to mic 1 here. All right. So moving on, I think that concludes. Does that conclude the Great Scooter Debate? I do want to shout out to Happy someone for donating to Happy Zorro. Thank you so much for donating $10. That person says good points, bias confirmation. It's true. And then Voro Motors is rooting for their very own AJ for the win with $20. So that's awesome. So cool. I appreciate you guys checking that out. And now we've got another commercial break sponsored by Voro Motors. Let's do this.
Great. Single is better. Going single helps keep costs down, and you can spend that money on something else, like pizza. Sometimes pairs can get overwhelming. There's just too much drama, and you might run into power issues. And what if it just goes too fast, and you're not ready for it? Well, when you go single, you don't have to worry about any of that. What? You thought I was talking about dating? Nah. Voro Motors. Single motor scooters without the drama.
Da, na, 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 na.
Da da da.
I'm back. Guess who's
All right,
back?
people, I'm gonna give it.
Wait.
It's all right.
Hold on. There we go.
All right.
He's back.
Now I'm back.
Back again.
Guess who's back?
It's my friend.
Guess
Raymir.
who's back? Raymir's back. All right. Okay. With the news. First news. Harley Davidson unveils an e-bike named Serial 1.
The cereal? Like corn flakes?
Yep, I guess it's named after Harley's.
Why would they name this after corn flakes?
No, not cereal.
Oh.
Cereal.
Oh.
Like serial number.
Okay.
He said, "Where's the Cocoa Puffs?" But here it goes. We got some pictures
hungry.
up there.
It's a problem.
Okay. So it has a retro design, some white tires, leather saddle, and some leather hand grips. So
Harley's getting in the game. That's the story.
Everybody's getting in the game.
Everybody's getting in the game. But you know what? Unlike a lot of other, car manufacturers, they're car manufacturers that are getting into scooters, at least they have a novel design. Not like, I want to mention, brands of cars, but they're just basically taking the same exact scooter and then putting their logo on it. But this looks cool. They got the cords all hidden up in there pretty well. White wall tires. It's kind of throwback a little bit. It looks good. It looks good. Might get my hands on one of those one day.
Yeah.
Might need a bigger.
Hopefully.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on to industry news. So in industry news, Apollo Scooters is already rocking their Black Friday sale. It is on sale right now. I believe Lincoln's is in the video description. So in the video description, use our link. That helps us out. So please just use our link when you go over there. But basically, I think all their scooters are in stock. And they're all discounted. So the prices on the website right now are the lowest prices that they will be. You don't need a discount code, but for the love of everything holy, just use our link that's in the video description. And so if you purchase 2 scooters, you get 2 free accessories of your choice. They're donating 1% of their sales to the Movember Foundation supporting men's health, which we talked about a little something about that. But anyway, check out their Black Friday page for more details. And shout out to Chris for getting that over to us. Next up,
Voro Motors, a new dealer in Northern California. Sierra e-bike in Penn Valley, California. So if you're located...
Where is that, Penn Valley?
Near Yuba City.
Oh, I know Yuba City.
So if you're in Yuba City looking for a PEV, you can find...
It's near Sacramento. It's not that far from Sacramento. So all y'all in Sacramento, rock on over up to the Penn.
Get you guys some scooters and some PEVs.
Yeah, so check that out. And that's also another place I'm sure where they'll help out with repairs and things like that.
Yeah, it looks nice. We got the pictures up right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's not a bad looking website.
Yeah,
Better.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's big. Got
very cool.
Equipment there and scooters.
Very nice. All right.
And Swagtron is.
I guess you go.
No,
okay. All right. Swagtron's in sale. What's going on? So basically they have their EB5 folding e-bike on sale and their Swagtron other bike on sale. You can check out the link in the video description. They've got new hoverboard designs coming. If you're on TikTok, I think they got a pretty good TikTok. So thanks, Cody, for the heads up on Swagtron being in stock and on sale right now.
Swag.
All right, so we're going to have the Facebook giveaway, and then we also have a special announcement for you guys. So we love our Facebook community. So now it's time for the Facebook giveaway. I'm going to go get my dice.
Boom! Facebook giveaway.
Yeah, got it.
They didn't even catch it, but you can get this right here.
Apollo, get them while they're hot.
A cup holder, an anti-theft alarm.
Right there.
And a 2500 Lumen headlight. So it's pretty dope. I always like these giveaways.
Yeah.
I never won one.
What? How have you never won one?
It's not rigged. It's really real.
This is real. This is a real deal. Unless the internet's rigged.
But no.
Yeah.
But you guys know how it works. Chuck has his die. Show him the die, Chuck. He's
Here
gonna
it
roll
is.
it.
Here it is. And 2500 lumens are pretty bright.
Pretty bright.
I'm going to have to get one of those because I've only rocked 1,000. 2500 is 2.5x. And we have a lumens meter. We can check that out in the future too.
Yeah.
Really check that out.
Make a video.
Cool. And actually, do we say worldwide shipping? Worldwide. All right. So thank you, Christopher Ray from Apollo Scooters, for your assistance with this giveaway. We're going to roll the dice. You guys know how it works.
Yeah.
Roll the dice.
Let's go.
However many we roll, we're going to hit the randomizer. Here we go.
One.
Well, that's easy.
Well, that's easy. Well, we're going to press the randomizer one time, and then Richie's going to give us a name. So good luck to everybody. Let the favorite
good luck.
Odds.
Cross one finger for one. Here it goes.
Boom.
Who's the winner?
Benjamin Luke.
Benjamin Luke! You've won! Congratulations, Benjamin Luke!
You got all three things.
Yeah. Oh, my mic just said that I'm peaking. I was screaming too loud. It doesn't sound that loud in my ears.
We're so excited for Benjamin.
Yeah, Benjamin made our day. So David Voss will reach out to you. Thank you everybody. I mean, there's hundreds of people that all you got to do is comment or like. Just find our Facebook group. The link is in the video description. So if you're not on Facebook, get on there. All right. Cool. So, and now here's the big announcement that we mentioned. It's in our Facebook group. Basically, it's a giveaway sponsored by Electric Scooter Guide and Voro Motors. Voro Motors will be giving away a white E-Move Cruiser, brand completely free. Nice. Yes, free. What does this scooter cost? $1,399. It's a $1,399 scooter. One of the most popular scooters, actually, big like in the world for sure, in the U.S. And it's Big Dog approved.
Yeah, roof. Wait, hold on.
Get it?
The E-Move Cruiser is Big Dog approved. Roof.
There you go. There you go. So all you got to do is follow both Electric Scooter Guide on Instagram and Voro Motors on Instagram. So it's at electric_scooter_guide and at Voro Motors. So just check those out. I'm sure the links are in the description because we're on point over here. You just got to like the post, tag 2 friends in the comments. That's it. That's how you get entered. The winner will be announced on our show on December 1st. So in just a little less than 1 month from now, on Tuesday, December 1st, we're gonna announce the winner. It's a great way to treat. It's a nice treat for yourself for that win, or you can gift it to someone that you love if you've already got.
That's a good free gift.
I mean, man, if someone gave a $1,500, $1,400 scooter with semi-hydraulic brakes. I'll just say that E-Move Cruiser, right, is one of the top selling scooters for a reason. It's got, it has? Tubeless pneumatic tires, right? 10 inches, semi-hydraulic brakes, turn signals.
Okay.
The longest range of any scooter ever tested.
Wow.
What am I missing here, guys?
Water resistance.
IP54 water resistance rating with a certificate.
You can fully baptize.
Not 54. I think it's X4 now. I think it's X. Is it X4 or X5? Someone correct me here if I'm wrong in the thing. What else? There's a lot going for the scooter, right? It's a single motor scooter, 600 watts nominal. I think it goes up to 1600 max.
Yeah.
And so it actually does fly. I think it had like a 3.4 second 0 to 15 times, something like that. It was faster than you'd think, actually. And it goes decently fast. It goes up to 25, 26, I believe, miles per hour.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, the Big Dog can get that up to speed. And this is the one you don't really got to worry about charging every day. Unless you're going 25 miles each way. IPX6, yeah, and Big Dog approved, rated at 350 pounds.
Yeah, right? This is. I was taking this one uphill when we were riding it. So
that's what I'm saying.
All right, everybody get to Instagram.
So get to our Instagram, like that thing, that thing. I think we're basically getting close to the end here, Raymir. Hey, I'm ready to go home and watch and see who wins that election. Is it going to be Trump or Biden? Is it going to be disc or drum? I don't know. I have a feeling it's going to be one of the two.
One thing we do know, Trigger Throttle is the best.
No.
Everybody trigger 2020.
No.
We'll see you next week.
Thumb 2020. Thumb 2020.
Come back.
All right, you guys. We're out of here. Good night, everybody.